So my name is Ana Desvigne. I come from Mexico. Although I have French roots, my grandfather was French. He was imported to Mexico. He was a chemist, and my father was already born in Mexico. I was born in Mexico, but I was always educated in the French school system in Mexico. I went to the French lycée. When I was 17, I didn't know I was looking for spirituality, because I come from a non-religious family, totally without religion, from my family, from my mother and my father. So a friend of mine invited me to a meditation group with a teacher that came from India. So I went out of curiosity, and when I saw that and I felt that in my heart, I said, this is it, I belong here. So for me, religion is something very different to spirituality. So I found spirituality, which was really what I was looking for, something that was really filling up my spirit, not a form or not an outer ritual, but an inner experience. So I was looking for that, and from then on, that just opened up all the paths to health, nutrition, growth, consciousness, body, mind, spirit, how to live longer in better conditions, how to manage to die of age and not of malady, of illness, you know. So I started my path when I was 17. I did architecture at university, so I'm an architect too. But really, what I've been dedicated my life to is the world of wellness for the past 30 years. So I put up the first Ashtanga yoga studio in Mexico City, and then it grew to 4 yoga studios. I was like 23, 24. We had 4 yoga studios in the city. We trained hundreds of teachers. Around 10,000 students came and all that. Then I got married, I had kids. Then I moved out of the city, and we put up a ranch, yoga retreat center, basically hosting people that wanted to do yoga and meditation. But then it opened up to other things, like detox, like writing, like flower retreats, like just wellness in general, things that could enhance people's consciousness and well-being. And in the last years, I mean, I've been doing a lot of things parallel to what I'm telling you, but in the last years, I have focused my energy like in summarizing everything I know in a week's retreat. So I do a retreat, which is a week long, and people come with a main focus on detoxifying the liver and the gallbladder. It's a liver flush, always coming from the set of mind that we are mind. So basically in the last years, my focus has been on this week-long retreat where people come to the ranch in Mexico, they stay for 8 days with me, and I guide them through this process or protocol of detoxifying the liver and the gallbladder, in the frame that we are interconnected in our 3 bodies. We have the physical body, the mental body, and the emotional body or spiritual body. So whatever you do with one of your bodies is going to affect the other ones. It is not possible otherwise. Even it's not a question of believing it or not. You have feelings, you have sadness, you have joy, you have thoughts, and you have a body. So we all have all these 3 bodies. So whatever you do with your mind is going to affect your physical body and your emotional body. Whatever you do with your emotional body is going to affect your mind and your physical body, and we're all interrelated, all these bodies. So when you go to this process, the vehicle is the physical body, but the mind and the spiritual body, this emotional body, is also affected. So it's like a cleanse, like a detox on all levels. It's really powerful. It's really amazing. And I work with a team of doctors. No. It's a protocol. It's a purge. You do a purge, and then you do a diet for 6 days, and then you do another purge. The diet?
The diet.
It's a vegan diet. It's a vegan, very, very low calorie diet. So I slowly take the people to go into almost complete fast at the end. So we start by eating really nice, good vegan food, but it's not vegan high carb, it's like vegan low carb. It's like a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruit and juice and soup, not only rice and beans and oats, because when you're vegan, sometimes you just eat that and then it's counterproductive. So I take them through this protocol, and I have created a program around it. So people that come to the ranch, they can do yoga. We have a yoga class every day. We have a hiking in the forest because it's in the middle of the forest every day. And we have meditation, we have breath work, we go to the river, we bathe in cold water, we do ice baths. And it is really like a biohacking week. It is an anti-aging week. I actually measure the age, the metabolic age of people that come at the beginning and at the end, and people live like 7 years younger after 1 week. And 5 kgs, they lose weight, they rejuvenate, they feel amazing. Some people, they say they don't need even glasses after that. They stop taking medication because I have understood that the liver and the gallbladder are the most important organs of the body. Like, you can be born with an amazing body, with a really good genetics. Like, you are born with a Ferrari or a Porsche, like an amazing car. But if you never change the oil and if you never clean the filter, one day or the other, it's going to break. So this is what I really believe it is longevity. What I really believe it is anti-aging, or living the longer lifespan that you can, because we're all gonna die, but we die in good conditions and not because of illness, because of age, right? So when you have a car and you change the oil and you clean the filter, you can get further in better conditions. That is the whole idea, you go once a year, you do your detox, and the rest, I drink wine, I eat foie gras, I have a good life, I enjoy life. I'm not like, oh, no, this is not, but I do my annual checkup and my annual cleanse, and that is what is really keeping me in good condition. I feel better than ever. I feel with a lot of energy. I have 2 teenagers, two sons, and it's a lot of energy. You have to keep up with them, It's like, let's go here, this, that. So yes, I think that...
And you still do your yoga every day?
I do my yoga almost every day. I now have a mix of exercise that I do. I do have my spiritual practice that is like a personal process that I go through. I meditate, I do breathing and stuff like that. And for the physical body, I do my own, I call it my hour of mat. So I put my mat on the floor and I jump in there and I do 1 hour of my own thing. I don't teach classes on a regular basis anymore. I just teach classes when people come to the retreat. And I have this program online too now from a few years ago. So people that cannot come to Mexico, that they want to do the liver cleanse, they can do it at home. And it is amazing, so many testimonials of people, hundreds that I have received from really changing lives, like people are really transformed from skin issues to sleep issues to weight loss to anxiety, depression, things that really work. And basically it is when you feel better in your body, everything feels better. Your mind, your emotions, everything. So when your car is running perfectly, the ride is smooth. So this is actually what I'm focused on, and trying to integrate the 30 years of experience, which sounds like nothing, but it's a lot, It's like 30 years of path, and now that's why I'm really like at ease, talking about these things, because I know where I come from, and I know how many hundreds of people have really taken advantage and have lived the benefits of all these practices, Yes, and I think at 40 it's really the moment when you start seeing that, like, you're not feeling the same, you're not looking the same, your jeans are not fitting the same, everything. So at 40 years old, for a woman, I think it is very important to watch the diet. Like, I really recommend a low carb diet, very low carb and very high in fat, good fat and good protein, but low carb, no sugar. Almost, if you can, no sugar, that is the best. Also the intermittent fasting, because the intermittent fasting is going to cause an autophagy, that is the generation of the cells. So that's what we focus on really, for example, in this biohacking week and everything. All that I teach, everything that I coach people to is really to try to regenerate the cells. And the way you regenerate the cells naturally, without spending money, without going to the doctor, it's just like, fasting doesn't cost anything, right? Cutting up half of the carbs or most of the carbs doesn't cost anything. Actually, you save money if you stop buying all these carbs and all that, And if you skip one meal a day, you're saving 30% of your spend because you're not having breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You're having breakfast and lunch, skipping dinner, or lunch and dinner, skipping breakfast. And that intermittent fasting is so good for you. That is really one of the most effective ways of anti-aging.
And prevent cancer.
And prevent, exactly, because what happens to the cells, they die of hunger because you're not feeding them. After 14 or 16 hours, you're not feeding them. So the cells that are more weak or sick, they die. They cannot stand it. You're not going to die, but your sick cells are going to die if you don't eat. Like, if you really want to heal from something, you should fast. That's what the Indians say. That's what the Chinese say. Fasting is free medicine. Sleep and fast is free medicine.
Where can we find your center? What is the name of the...
The name of the center is Rancho Vidasana. You can find it through me directly on Instagram. It's Ana Desvigne.
And if we cannot join you, we can do online with you.
Exactly, you can do online. And we can talk and I can coach you and I can, give you a class or whatever you want on whatever subject that has to do with well-being, with anti-aging, with biohacking, everything. That is my niche. Yes, because when you do yoga and meditation and breath work, you're actually addressing and nurturing the emotional body, the spiritual body, and then you have to move. If you don't move, whatever you do is going to help, but it's not going to help as much as if you move. Like, you can do a diet, like the keto diet, for example, which I teach and I recommend. I wrote a book about ketosis and everything. If you do the keto diet and you don't move, you're working in front of your computer 10 hours a day, it's going to be good for you. But if you do the keto diet or whatever diet you decide, and then you do exercise, your metabolism is going to suck all that nutrition and metabolize it and really take advantage of everything you do. So movement is one of the most important things in life. And I always say we have to move while we can, because there's gonna come a day where we can't move anymore. So while we can, we have to move. Whatever, walk, jog, do yoga, stretching, go to the gym, whatever, but move. Movement is basic for life. Exactly, I call it like the negative momentum, the negative cycle. So like when people come to the process, it's like I tell them, we're gonna change it into a positive cycle instead of a negative cycle, So círculo vicioso y círculo virtuoso. A vicious circle or a virtuous circle, So we transform it into, so you have to start with small steps in every aspect of your life. You have to take a microdose of nutrition for your mind a day. Either read a book that inspires you or something, podcast, something. You have to do a microdose of something that is going to feed your spirit. You meditate, you chant, you go to the church, whatever you want, something that is spiritual. And 5 minutes of physical workout. So you feed your three bodies slowly. So this vicious cycle turns into a virtuous cycle. So, but the only thing it takes is your willpower. It doesn't take any money. It takes your power, your decision to say, okay, I understand. And when you are in this virtuous cycle, all your bodies start to balance and you start to feel better. Because we do live in a world of anxiety and depression. Anxiety is because we don't know what's going to happen in the future with your family, with your kids, with your money, with your work, with your relationship. So you are projecting to the future something that
Negative.
Yes, and when we don't know what's going to happen really. And the depression comes from being in the past. Like, I should have done that. Why did I do that? Why did I do this job? Why did I marry this person? So you're like regretting. And the yogis say the problem is you're not in the present. You're either in the past or projecting in the future. So you're depressing or you're in anxiety. So the remedy is be in the present. What do we do to be in the present? We breathe, we walk, we look at each other's eyes, we're here, we say hello with an intention, we just listen to the sounds around us, we look at the lights around us, we smell what is here and now. And if you listen to the sounds of this moment, like right now, you're listening to my voice, but there's music around, but there's just sounds. They're sounds of the present. And that is very easy, and it costs nothing. It's a technique that is there, available to you all the time, to be present. And the exercise of being present
It's very hard.
is very healing.
Yeah, for sure.
It's hard because we have an subconscious, automatic way of not being present. But if you, because you are intelligent and conscious, you say, stop it, I'm going to be present. I'm going to be here. Actually, the only thing that exists is right now, right here. The only true thing is you and I looking at each other right here, right now. The rest is, it's not here, it's not the presence, So if you do this exercise of being present, being here, that is going to heal you already. So if you do 5 minutes of presence, 10 minutes of presence, every 12 hours, every 24 hours, and you find a rhythm, that is probably the last thing I'm going to tell you, because that is some of the things I teach. The principle of medicine. The principle of medicine is, let's say you're sick, you go to the doctor and he gives you antibiotic, and the doctor tells you you have to take 2 pills every 8 hours for 7 days, and then you're going to be healed. The 2 pills every 8 hours is a dose and a rhythm. The dose and the rhythm in which you do things is going to either make you sick or make you healthy. So if every 24 hours you sit for meditation 10 minutes, every 12 hours, or so 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at night, or it doesn't have to be long, it doesn't have to be like a 2-hour project, because if you think like that, you're never going to do it. Microdosing. Now it's very fashionable. Everybody's doing microdose of everything. I say microdose of breath work, microdose of meditation, microdose of yoga. Just 10 minutes. It's better than nothing. Say, I don't have time. I don't have money. You sit in your room and you close your eyes and you breathe 5 minutes. We all have time for that. It doesn't cost anything. Just your understanding and your willpower. So this is how I believe. I don't like people to be dependent on me, because I am not a doctor and I am not a psychologist. A lot of people try to, be dependent on me, but I try to teach people how to be self-reliant, yes, and to understand their own body, their own mind, their own health. And if you understand that you are body, mind, and spirit, and you have to feed all of them to be healthy, it's not just going to the gym. It's not just doing yoga. I mean, what's the use of putting 2 feet behind your head if you have a terrible relationship with your mother and you're suffering, right? So you have to spend some time healing your relationships, and spend some time putting your feet behind your head, and spend some time reading an inspirational thing, and being nice to people, just like exercise consciously and nurture consciously the 3 aspects of our being. And that is the secret. And if you do it like the medicine, with a dose that you choose, and with a rhythm that you choose, because that's what I teach people, is like, you know your agenda, I don't know your agenda, you know what you like, what you don't like, I'm going to teach you, and that's what I teach. I want to teach you what nutrition is. This is nutrition: proteins, carbs, fats, minerals, vitamins, macronutrients, micronutrients. I teach them. You understand? Yes, now you choose. Because if I give you a diet, I tell you have to eat half an avocado, 2 eggs, and a piece. No, I don't like avocados. I'm allergic to egg. Oh, that time doesn't work for me. So I teach you the principle, and then you put it in your own agenda. You make your own program. And that's what I teach people. And that is very freeing, very empowering, because people really feel self-reliant. And that is basically what life is all about, to be self-reliant and not depend on, in the base of everything. Why do we do this? At least the people that come to me and the people that I work with, I always tell them, we all come from different places in the world, different jobs, different backgrounds, but we're meeting here because I think that we love life. I want to dance with my kids and with my grandkids. I want to have fun. I want to travel. I want to be healthy. I love life. I want to enjoy life. So that's why we do these things, because we love life, because we want to live longer in good conditions. And that is really the motivation behind it.